This is a demo of the VCO Calibration Studio. The purpose of this tool is to help with calibrating your modular voltage-controlled oscillators. We want to get the pitch tracking of the volt per octave input to align perfectly across 5 octaves. And to do that, we have this tool that will assist with providing a MIDI output to give us the 5-volt octave range. And we have the frequency table. We know what frequency we expect the volt per octave to track to. It's got a tuner here to help us give some visual feedback and an audio input, obviously, to listen to the frequency. As we are working through the calibration process, we can step between the octaves and it will automatically jump to the next octave, making it very convenient for calibrating. We can adjust the precision of the calibration that we're going for. Some oscillators are intended to be, intended to be performative and get good volt per octave tracking. Others, like the dual VCO by Schlab, it does have volt per octave tracking, but it's really not designed to be a true pitch tracking oscillator. But we can calibrate that anyways. So yeah, with this set up, let's go ahead and start getting connected. We've got the 1U MIDI, which is a USB MIDI module to help us connect the VCO Calibration Studio MIDI output to the MIDI of the module here. And then we can use the pitch output of the module to connect to the volt per octave on our oscillator. So let's go ahead and start the MIDI. We've got that enabled. And you can see that the gate light has lit up, showing that we've got connection with the website. Next, we're going to start the tuner. It has no input yet, so we need to connect our square wave out to the mixer. And all right, now we can get some, we can see the square wave that we've got coming out. Can't hear it yet because preview is turned off. Let's go ahead and turn that on. So now we can hear that square wave that we've got. And I can adjust my mixer to adjust the strength, and I've got the volume on my speaker over here. I'll turn that down a little bit. We don't need to hear that. Okay, let's go ahead and begin the calibration process. The way we proceed is by starting with C1. We use the front panel to make adjustments as kind of like that root value, and then as we move up octaves, we're going to adjust the volt per octave tracking on the back of the module. So let's get started. I'm going to start with C1, and let's get this tracking to 32.7 hertz. This is fine-tuned now. Alright, you can see it's holding pitch for 5 seconds and automatically jumping to the next octave. Now we move to the back of the module, and now we can use the volt per octave tracking trim pot to adjust for our precise changes. You'll also note in the logs we have this session history log. So this is showing us that when we jump from C1 to C2, that we were off by about 6 cents. And this log is gonna help us understand as we go up octaves, how far off are we in total. And when we wrap around back to the first octave, that deviation will reduce because of the fine-tuning that we've done. Let's go back to looking at the module, and I'm going to use the trim pot on the back to adjust the volt per octave tracking. And let's move that down a little bit. Alright, we've got it. Right on. C3 is a little high as well. We're about 4.5 cents off. Let's adjust micro adjustments bring it down closer to the voltage, the frequency that we're looking for. Hold that for 5 seconds. Yep. Okay, off by 3 cents. We're getting close. Right on. Okay. And back down to C1. I'm going to use the fine tune to bring it into range, and then we're going to go through all octaves again. Hold it there. Off just a little bit. And in fact, now I'm going to make a change. Instead of waiting for 5 seconds, let's bring it down to 2 seconds. We can go a little quicker now. So let's go back to calibration. I am not in all the way. Hang on. There we go. Okay. I'm using fine tune with my thumb to get that up a little bit. Very tiny adjustments now. Oops. Alright, as you can see, we've got just about all octaves well calibrated. So I'm going to turn the preview off, and let's take a look at what we've done here. So we have the log where we can go back and view kind of the range of deviations as we climb up octaves. So we started off about 3 to 0.3 cents off, and then we looped back down to C1, and that jump was 11 cents off. Jumping back down, we needed to adjust that fine tune again. Oh, and yeah, here, so we can see the log, and this shows the history of our fine tune changes, as well as the octaves show the amount that we were off as we jumped in, which was within that plus or minus 2 cents range that we gave it. So this is the VCO calibration tool, and if you have MIDI, it makes it convenient because it will automatically jump. But if you don't have MIDI, you can still hand tune the oscillator by providing some voltages. If you have like a sequencer or any other module that can provide precise voltages, like Mordax data will give you voltage outputs. Anything like that to give you those static 1, 2, 3 volts that you can use to tune and calibrate, or to calibrate your module. And then you can use this Calibration Studio. You can use a microphone, which will be less precise. If you have a desktop with an audio input, like a line-in input, you can use that to connect to this. Or if you have an audio interface, such as like the blue box, you can use this as your audio interface to connect to the VCO to your computer's audio input through that. All right, that's it. Thanks.